Okay, here's the story. Once there were these two guys, a has-been Broadway producer and a never-been nebbishy accountant. Now, they might not sound like much, but don't be fooled, because once they get started, the laughs don't stop, and in their hilarious hands, the world's worst play becomes the basis for one of the world's best evenings in the theater.
Bialystock in blue.
It's the Motherlode.
This is it!
Yes, it's The Producers, that smash hit musical about a couple of improbable impresarios who will do anything to avoid having a smash hit musical. And now you'll be able to see this landmark show for yourself, brought to you by another terrific twosome, comedy legend Mel Brooks and celebrated Tony Award-winning director Susan Stroman.
It's full of comedy, it's great music, it's got great dancing, but it also has these eccentric characters, these one-of-a-kind people.
Look at me now! I'm wearing a cardboard belt!
It's really more of a comedy musical than a musical comedy. There's comedy in everything. It's in the music, it's in the lyrics, it's in the set, it's in the costumes, it's in the choreography. It was all about being in Mel's world and creating in Mel's world.
The Producers began life in 1968 as one of the funniest movies ever made, the brainchild of its writer-director, the brilliant Mr. Brooks. This inspired farce became a comedic classic, earning Mel Brooks an Oscar for his screenplay. And so it seemed only logical to turn this fantastically funny film about a Broadway musical into, well, a fantastically funny Broadway musical.
If you think back to all his movies, he makes a nod to musicals in every movie, and he usually writes the song. So it was kind of natural that he would now take this story that he wrote and then turn it into a musical.
Like the movie, the show tells the tale of a pair of unlikely business partners who hatch the theater's most unexpected get-rich-quick scheme.
So Max Bialystock has to get the worst director, the worst book, and the worst actor in order to have a surefire flop.
So how does it all turn out? As one of the most enjoyable and entertaining shows you'll ever see.
It's one of those wonderful musicals that has a perfect structure, I think. And you do root for these two men to become good friends.
And so it's no surprise that at the Tony Awards, the Producers piled up the honors.
The Producers ended up winning 12 Tonys. It broke all records, and today it still holds the record for the most Tonys of any musical.
The Producers has been a hit movie about a Broadway musical, a hit Broadway musical about a Broadway musical, and even a hit movie version of that Broadway musical. And now you can see it live in your own backyard. So do yourself a favor and spend some time with the craziest collection of lovable losers you're ever likely to meet. The Producers, the musical. Failure has never been so much fun.
If you like our show, tell everyone but. If you think it stinks, keep your big mouth shut. We're glad you came, but we have to shout. Adios, au revoir. We don't say da-da-da. Goodbye.
Get lost.
Get out! It's over.